everybody, so it's time for the next entry in our Disney Canon reviews, and we're looking at the 17th animated feature film from Walt Disney. It is 101 Dalmatians. This was released in 1961, and it is based on a novel by Dodie Smith, and the main story was adapted by Bill Peet, and it was an attempt by the Disney Studios to kind of compensate for the failure of Sleeping Beauty, because it was the first time that they're using the Xerox process, using hand-inked cells like they had done in the past. This used a kind of a copier type system where it could create those lines, and then you had to just fill in the colors. It's basically kind of how it was. Well, it proved to be the method that then they would make movies at Disney until the 1980s. And it is a bit of a shame in a way, because that's why I say I wish that Sleeping Beauty had made more money, because I think that we would have gotten a lot stronger films in some of these later films. But 101 Dalmatians is the one film that I think the sketch style, that it's called the Xerox style, actually helped the film, because it's black and white Dalmatians. It's perfect for it. It's perfect for these thick black lines that you have in a sketch type of animation. The opening scenes are really fun, with Pongo trying to orchestrate a meeting between his pet Roger and a dog owner named Anita, who owns a dog, a fellow Dalmatian named Purdy or Perdita. And of course you see at the end that they end up getting married, and you see both the dogs getting married and Roger and Anita. And they are going to have puppies, you find out in the next scene. Well, it turns out Anita has this friend at school named Cruella de Vil. And you gotta love Disney for these kind of names. You know, you name someone named Cruella. Doesn't give much hope that she's the hero of the story. And kind of same thing with Maleficent. And so Cruella loves fur coats, and she loves fashion, and so she has this weird obsession with the puppies. She wants to know when they're going to be born, when they're going to come, and you see her and she is just crazy, insane, loud, big hair, this huge fur, and Anita tells her that it's going to take at least 3 weeks. Well, we get to the day of the birth of the puppies, and of course there turns out there are 15 puppies, which is very exciting, and they're all very excited, and Cruella shows up. She wants to buy them from Anita, and Roger says, no, not a single one. You're not getting a hand on any of them, because he doesn't like Cruella. He doesn't think she's up to any good. Well, it turns out that she sends some goons named Jasper and Horace to come and steal the puppies. And that is what they're able to do in a pretty dramatic scene when they steal the puppies. Well, then Pongo and Purdy must rely on something called the Twilight Bark. And the Twilight Bark is a system of communication amongst the dogs of London. And so they send out the message on the Twilight Bark, and it gets to a dog named the Colonel, who has a cat that's helping him named Sergeant Tibbs. And they notice at the DeVille mansion that the smoke is coming out of the house. Well, they go and they find out that the puppies are there, and not only are they there, but there are 101 puppies. And so the rest of the movie becomes a chase between the puppies, between Pongo and Purdy, all the puppies, and Cruella and Horace and Jasper. And one of the things I think this movie does so well is that they get so close so many times to Cruella catching those dogs. And so it creates just real tension. It's really scary at times. Like the scene, one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when they're loading the moving van with the puppies, and you see that Cruella is looking, she is close to these dogs, and she starts to see the soot that they have, is the drops of water are falling on, and you start to see the white of the puppies, and she's looking at them like, wait a minute, and that's really, really chilling and really tense. I think they do a great job of that. And of course, you've got Cruella trying to ram the van off of the road, and her driving like a maniac. I love how her car kind of falls apart and it ends up almost like a hot rod kind of at the end. And you do have Jasper and Horace, who are kind of the bumbling sidekicks, but I think it works. Like when they get back to London and Roger and Anita decide to have their Dalmatian plantation. And it's just a really cute little ending. And it's a really fun movie, I think, 101 Dalmatians. It gives you moments of tension. It gives you moments of humor. It has lots of great characters. Pongo, Purdy. I love all of the puppies with Patch, and I love when they're in the snow and the one says, "My nose is froze and my toes are froze," and and Rolly, and just all of them are so cute. And I'm not a big, huge animal person, but I think that it's just done really, really well. I like all the vocal performances. I think that a character like Sergeant Tibbs and the Colonel are really fun and charming. And Sergeant Tibbs is kind of the hero of this whole thing. Like he risks a lot to help these puppies, and he's pretty brave. And I think it's just one you can watch with your whole family and just have a wonderful time and enjoy. And I think it has a couple nice songs, the Cruella de Vil and Dalmatian Plantation. And it just has like an overall nice style. It's one of the only Disney films that's set in an urban environment like London that you get, and has just one of the more iconic villains in all of Disney. And so for me, this one gets an A+. I really love it. It's got a great villain, it's got great characters, it's really entertaining as far as the plot and the tension and the humor that's thrown in there. And yeah, I think it's great. So that's my thoughts on 101 Dalmatians. Let me know what you think. Do you love it? And put in the comments section. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.